What's up guys, when this video goes live, I will also be live on Twitch doing reset raids and things like that. If you want to come hang out, the link will be in the comments and description. And in today's video, we will be going over the Oversoul Edict, which is the pulse from Crota's Inn. And at first glance, this pulse seems okay at best, but it has a pretty big secret that makes it very good, and in a way turns it into a legendary necrochasm. So yeah, this thing is a 540 pulse rifle that is arc. And I will not lie, this is definitely not the best feeling pulse I've ever used. It has quite a big visual kick even on mouse and keyboard. And I've seen people use it on controller and it is pretty daunting. It is not great at all. But I think with the right perks, you can make it a little bit more usable. And on mouse and keyboard, it's definitely not that bad. It's mostly just a visual thing. You can definitely make it work. And just like the word of Crota yesterday, all the Crota weapons have a new origin trait, Cursed Thrall, where after defeating a target with a melee attack, final blows with this weapon cause targets to explode for a short duration, which will be 7 seconds. This season with this artifact perk, that'll go up to 14. So all we have to do is get a melee final blow, get Cursed Thrall for 14 seconds. Then every single final blow, not only headshot final blows, will create a explosion that a lot of people compare to something like Dragonfly. I think it's slightly more powerful. It just seems like it. And the fact that it can be on a body-shot final blow is really good. And this origin trait makes all the Crota weapons automatically extremely good in PvE, just because of the fact that they basically have a third perk for free on top of their 2 normal perks. And if we look at those perks, at first glance, there's nothing great on this weapon. There might be a few cool rolls, but on the left, for reload perks, you have Perpetual, Eddy Current, or Enlightened Action, none of which are necessarily great. So the only standout perk on the left for me is going to be Demolitionist, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite perks, so that's definitely a plus for me. Help get your grenade back and reload the weapon when you throw it. So in a way, also the best reload perk on the weapon. Then on the right, there's going to be a few things you could combo with that. You could combo it with a damage perk, for example, Swashbuckler, Adrenaline Junkie, or Sword Logic. As we went over yesterday, Sword Logic will be 15% versus red bars, 25% if you kill a major, 35% if you kill a mini boss, and finally 50% if you kill a boss. So for most use cases on a primary, you're going to be killing majors or minors, so at max a 25% buff for most situations, which means that of Swashbuckler or Adrenaline Junkie will be a little bit higher at 33%. So overall, I would recommend one of those two. Obviously, Adrenaline Junkie works really well with demo, makes a lot of sense. And Swashbuckler isn't that bad either, being the same at 33%. And since you have to get melee kills to proc the origin trait of Cursed Thrall, it's really not that bad. You can get the full ×5 instantly. But I think the perk that will make this weapon stand out will be Volt Shot. And as you guys know, Volt Shot is one of my favorite primary perks in the game. It's going to be really good for group Ackler, applying the Jolt, and chaining to all the nearby targets and killing them. And it's also one of the better damage perks for a primary in the game. The added damage of the Jolt generally outweighs the damage of most perks in the game. So overall, a very, very good primary perk. But there's a secret with Volt Shot on this weapon that makes it really good. And that is the way Volt Shot interacts with the origin trait Cursed Thrall. So if we get a melee final blow to proc the Cursed Thrall origin trait, all of our final blows should cause explosions. So what happens if you use Volt Shot and apply Jolt to a target? Well, as you see, kills with the Jolt of Volt Shot can cause the Cursed Thrall explosions. So in a way, this is basically a legendary version of the necrochasm, where one final blow can cause multiple of the Cursed Thrall explosions from everything that gets killed from the Jolts. And upon further testing, the way this interaction works is any final blow with the weapon causes the explosion, right? The Jolt kills only count as pulse kills if you're actively getting a kill with the pulse at the same time that the Jolts do. So what happens is, for example, if you apply it to a red bar and in the same burst you're also killing the red bar, since you're actively getting a kill with a pulse at the same time that the Jolt is, it's coded as the same thing and they all cause the Cursed Thrall explosions. But then let's say you apply it to a major, and as you're shooting the major and proccing the Jolt to the nearby targets, even if they're dying from it, if you're not actively getting a kill with the pulse, as you'll see, they do not proc the Cursed Thrall origin trait. So it's not something that will happen every single time you get kills with the Jolt from Volt Shot, but it will happen quite often. And a lot of the time when you're shooting at red bars, where you're going to be killing the red bar with the initial burst anyways. And if you got good at this interaction and tried to time it perfectly, I'm sure you could get good at that. All that needs to be done is the burst that actually procs the jolt has to be the one that gets the final blow. So overall, the 2 rolls I'll be going for on this weapon would be Demo plus a damage perk. If you want Swash, Drone Junkie, or Sword Logic, all 3 I think are okay. And the other one would be Demo plus Volt, the one I would probably craft myself because I love both perks. And I think it is what makes this weapon unique and actually usable. Anyways, let me know what you think about this pulse down below and what perks you want on it. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.